Over the last few days, I've had some interesting issues with some camera gear I purchased, namely this, the Atomos Ninja Inferno, and it's an on-camera recorder, and it's a really beastly piece of gear. Now, I've been planning to buy an on-camera recorder for some time, and I was planning on buying the Ninja 5 when it comes out towards the end of September. But I was checking out the Ninja Inferno, and it's kind of torn between them, because this can act as an audio mixer, and I don't think the Ninja 5 can. With the XLR breakout cable on the side, but I decided, you know what, this showed up on the Amazon warehouse deals for around the same price as the Ninja 5, and I was like, that is awesome, it's exactly what I want, let's grab that and see how it turns out. Now, Amazon warehouse deals are second-hand items that have been sent back to Amazon, and then they get shipped out again if they're determined not to break. But the problem is the quality control can be actually quite bad. You've got some poor person who's overworked and underpaid in Amazon unboxing these things and checking them, and they honestly don't, like, how they're going to know to check all the features of an on-camera recorder. That's crazy talk. So I bought it knowing the risk, and Amazon has a 30-day no questions asked return for warehouse items, so if it's broken I can send it back, it'll be fine. So I got it. Now it is broken. But it's broken in a really interesting way, and the problem is they don't have any more of these, so I can't get a replacement. I can only get a refund. So I checked the warranty out on this, and the warranty is still valid. It was never registered, so I registered it, and Atomos have agreed to do an RMA. I was doing a support ticket with them all day. But then I decided, because this is broken in really interesting ways, I wonder could I actually fix it, because it doesn't seem to be a software issue. So the main issue is, if I take one of the solid state drives I have here, this isn't a solid state drive, this is the debugging drive. So when I slot the drive into this back of the device and try and use it, it's detecting no media at all. The second problem is that there's no fan turning in this thing. So there should be a fan in here running to keep it cool. It gets very hot very fast, this device. I have a suspicion that there's an issue with the power system in here. There's some sort of power supply, probably the 12 volt rail most likely, because fans generally run on 12 volts for these kind of devices, and this is a fairly standardized device. It's using, you know, standard Sony batteries, standard 2.5-inch solid state drives, so it seems like Atomos likes using standardized components to keep the cost down. That's great. So I suspect there's a 12 volt fan in here, because these SSDs also run on 12 volts. Or is it 5 volts? I'll have to check that out. But anyway, let's see if we can figure out if it is actually delivering power. So the first thing we're going to do is bring it over to the workbench and see what's going on internally. Okay, so we're at the workbench. Let's do some basic testing first. So what we've got here is a docking station. This is to verify our drives. We've got my iFixit kit, which is an incredible piece of kit for repairs. We've got some spare bits. So what I did on the way home from work today was I bought one of these. This is a very old Samsung serial ATA drive. It's a SATA drive, which will work in the Inferno. But the important thing is that a hard drive actually makes a noise when it turns on. So if we power up our dock and we place the drive in, now you might not be able to hear that, but you can actually hear the drive spinning away. So that tells me that the drive is working and spinning when it receives power, which is exactly what we want. So now that the drive is spun down, let's take it out of that, put it back into a caddy. So hopefully I've got it the right way around. And then if we put the drive into the Inferno, we should be able to test at least if the drive's getting some kind of power. Because it's not getting any response from the Inferno at all, whether or not it's working or anything, my suspicion is that the drive isn't getting any power. So let's slot that in and turn on the drive, or turn on the device. So it's still saying no media, but most importantly, the drive is completely dead. It's not spinning at all, which means the drive isn't getting power. So my suspicion of it being a power problem, not a data problem, seems to be holding true, because if it was a data or software issue, it wouldn't boot. Okay, so we have it apart. Got a nice heat pipe here and a nice CPU. It's actually quite a nice bit of kit. These look like XLR jacks, to be honest. I wonder what they're for. Here's our power. And very interestingly, this is really strange. So it seems like the power is coming through the SATA port in reverse. If that even makes any sense, because there's a little fan here which is not spinning. So I suspect the problem's on this little board here. So I think I was right. It is a power problem right here. And based on the way it's set up, it seems perfectly logical that the power can go here, but not to here or here. So it seems like there might be something dead on this board or a broken trace. Okay, so we know this board is delivering power correctly, so it can't be this board here. So it has to be something on this board causing the problem. All right, let's break out the multimeter and do some continuity testing. So if we touch these to a piece of metal, we get a beep. So that'll at least tell us if there's continuity, and we'll be able to do some basic testing with this. I'm an idiot. Did you know that? I am an astonishing idiot. So if we just bend that forward and anchor it down, it should work. Put a drop of fucking Celesticate on there and it should be fine. This is why it's good to know how to fix your own electronics. You don't end up with stupid problems like that. Some of the pins have become disconnected down there. Yeah, so this is the connection that goes down into here. So that's why the power wasn't working, the power distribution. Huh. I have a suspicion that might be the problem. I can't confirm it though just yet. But what we're going to do is we're going to just test if that connection's still good, because I really don't want to break out a soldering iron on this thing. No, it's a broken connection right here. And according to the diagram, that's a 3-volt pin, but that doesn't seem to be connected anyway. But let's try popping this in here so that's good. Boom! The fan is spinning, it's working! That was the problem, it was just the little pins are pushed up. Updating firmware. I was trying to update the firmware and I forgot the firmware file was still on this, so we're going to have to let that update while it's open. That's slightly dodgy. It was just that stupid little power connection. That's all it was. Wow. That's so... Yes! Fuck! Yes! 400 euro cheaper than it should have been, because I can fucking make it work. Oh yes, 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 the drive is working. God damn. I can't believe it was something so simple and so easy to fix. This is a good day, you know that? This is a good damn day. So those last two little pins there are detached, but who cares? It's working. All I need to do now is just attach that in with a bit of silicate or something like that, a bit of gunk, a bit of silicone. So it seems like the thing is finished. So we've got some super glue. So we're just going to glue the connector back into place, since it was clearly just a connection problem. Now, obviously I don't want to put this together while it's got hot, or while it's got super glue on it, because if I do that, it might glue the back onto it and it might damage the connectors. So we just want to let it hold it here just for a minute. Just enough time for it to sit. And sort of give it a light clamping. There we go. Alright, this is taking too long. I'm going to pull out my phone and go on Reddit or something while I'm holding this steady. God, yes! Oh my god, it's finally done. The Ninja Inferno is good to go. Booyah! She's fixed, it's repaired. Home repair, second-hand Ninja Inferno from the Amazon warehouse deals, because the guy who owned it previously mustn't have realized it was a simple fix. So that's it. Ooh. Goddamn happy.